Welcome, and the show is Keeping Connected with Trevor Crow After Hours. Tonight we're at the Fairfield Theater Company and we're discussing some thorny, interesting, quirky questions about relationships. And next to me I have this wonderful panel of adorable men and women. I'm going to start with Jay Swag, Deanne, Nick, Pasha, Alex, and Brianna. And I want to ask a question about, again, this is kind of relationships in general, but say you're dating somebody pretty seriously, right? You're kind of getting crazy about each other, it's starting to build, it's feeling good, and you're kind of thinking, well, it's time to sort of introduce this person to your friends and family. And, well, it's not good. They don't like him or her. What do you do?
Well, I've been on this part of the relationship where I'm the one that's hated.
Sorry to hear that, Alex.
Well, I mean, like,
I'm sorry.
It's kind of true though. Like, if they don't like you, like, and like I had this girl that would always tell me, like, hey, my family, my dad hates you. Like, you know that, right? And
That
he,
must have been very uncomfortable.
he was.
What did you do?
What does he do?
What did you do?
What did I do? I actually went through my computer and I found this letter I was gonna send to their parents that was like, hey, like, I need to get you guys to give me a chance and how you never did. And I just read it and it was just like the most disgusting thing. Because all in this guy's eyes was I was the guy that was sleeping with his daughter.
Oh,
His
so
baby
they didn't
little
give you a
girl.
chance.
No, they didn't give me a
No.
chance.
So that was
Well, when you
heartbreaking.
put it that way.
It
So
was,
you broke.
I mean, I destroyed lots of relationships. I ruined her graduation at college, so we evened out.
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
this
dude.
sounds like a very tough relationship.
Sounds like a story. I want to hear that
All
story.
right, let's go to Deanne. Any thoughts about this?
Okay, so definitely I care what my family thinks, absolutely. Friends, it really depends on how much I trust their opinion. Because, you never know why they're saying the things they're saying. Maybe they like your boyfriend, who knows?
Ooh,
But like, what about your
hey,
dad? Like, if
Macarena.
your dad said, like, wait up, I do not like this guy, would you break up with him?
If my dad said it, absolutely.
Really?
He's not a tough critic,
Same
you know?
here.
He tries to really hit it off with the guys that I like.
So he makes an effort.
Yeah, he makes an effort, so if he can sniff out a bad egg, then
Very
My dad-
I
interesting.
trust him.
My dad is super French, so he like he's like 65 and he's a really old French guy, and so he always like he's just so cool and so nice and so different. He's not like a typical American dad. When I bring home a girl, I just say she talks so much, or something like that. Or he called one of my girlfriends "Bird of Paradise," and it's cool because
that's sort of
sometimes I
romantic.
film nudes of my girlfriend,
Little-
so
Yeah. Interesting.
he likes
Okay.
that.
I think
Well,
that
I mean, I think having your parents' opinion is really important. Yet, Pasha, would you say, even if my parents didn't like her, I'd still date her? I just really like her and forget it. I don't care what they think.
my mom today told me, she said, I met the most unbelievable person in ShopRite checkout. She said
Was it the 10 items
she
or
said,
less?
She said that the line freed up and I said, you go first. She said, no, absolutely, you go first. And I don't want to go home and like cook dinner. Some joke, something about how she just was like obsessed with this person in shop. My mom loves everybody. My dad is like super foreign. He's Iranian also. My dad, if I bring a girl home, he just, Jessie, baby, she's beautiful. You should marry her. tomorrow, marry her. She's perfect. Do it. She's perfect. And he doesn't even. I'm like, Ashley. He's like, yeah, sure, Angela, whatever. Perfect. No problem. And and it's like they're not paying attention. They just like people. They're good.
They're
they don't
just
care. It's all
kind
about
and
me.
loving.
I'm fortunate in the way that my parents would never judge anybody.
That's cool.
My
They
mother,
sound
my
lovely.
mother's side Sicilian, real intense. They're not too judgmental of the girls I bring home, luckily. And
That's cool.
I've never been in that situation, to be completely honest, and I'm pretty personable. I've never had a
You
father
are.
hate me.
You?
Oh, that's good. Oh, Jay Swag, how about you? Do the dads like you?
Do they like your
Come
rap
on,
songs?
dude.
Do you, the daddies, do they?
Do the
tell us to-
daddies like my rap songs? Well, coming from a white, redheaded, Irish, Jewish, Israeli rapper from Fairfield with a finance degree,
Again, dude.
I think that yeah, I know. I know that that they do like the fact that I'm creative. I think that's what they
Creative's
take out
good.
of it. But if they don't like me, I don't like them. And I'm not gonna waste my time around a situation that's just like, you suck.
So you'd
Um,
suss it up. You wouldn't stick it out with a girl. You'd be like, your family clearly
Well, I don't
doesn't
know
like
if I would have
me.
a sustainable
No, hey.
relationship with her, but she could totally be there, if you know what I'm saying.
And Brianna, how about you?
My mother loves everyone.
Uh.
So I could, sorry, mommy, but I could bring somebody home and she'll find a reason, and it's beautiful. She sees the positive in everyone. She'll love them right off the bat. But my dad, you
He's tough?
need to take time. I mean, he'll warm to somebody quickly, but you need to prove yourself over time. And if my daddy doesn't like you, I don't like you. I'm sorry.
So he's the final
I'm a
cut.
daddy's girl all the way. I'm just not in the sense that I suck up to him, but I'm just like him. I'm his replica, except I'm a girl. So, and he made me. So it's
So it's
just,
really
if you-
important. That's a big influence.
if you don't get along with my dad, you don't get along with me because we're the same person.
And okay, so Nick, we haven't heard from you yet. Have you ever had that situation where you really loved a girl and your parents were like, forget it, don't like her?
Maybe, I don't know.
You don't? You didn't listen to them. You were like, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, I don't understand. If it's like a high school scenario, it's one thing, but if you're living on your own, then it's like, who cares? When are they going to see them?
Well, is there a point though you'd want to bring this person home and introduce her?
Like, so they can see their grandchildren or something?
Yeah, create a relationship, maybe, deepen things.
Not
you know.
really, no.
No, you wouldn't want to share your significant other with your parents? Not so much.
It's not important.
All right, not important.
I think my father would like to see that, just because I'm the first generation for his family in America. He came from Israel, so he's a little different, not to quote 2 Chainz, but I am different. And, so he thank you, I appreciate that. But
Glad
he
you're
wants
making
to
it
see
in
that
America.
his future is in good hands, not to quote Allstate, again to quote anyone else. But he wants to see that I'm not just in the hands of someone that's, ridiculous and
Well,
going nowhere.
As a parent, my kids are younger, but it would be nice when they grow up that somebody's really there and loving them, and I would have an opinion, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Moms always do.
My mom,
For first generation Middle Easterners like myself and Jay Swag, we have a certain, it's different being first generation.
What's
is.
different about it?
I mean, I am too, so I know exactly what he's talking about.
I don't understand. You have to
it's-
explain this.
It's just, people don't understand
People don't understand.
that. Dude, I don't know what you're gonna say next. People-
Help
it's
us
just-
understand.
Your
I know
parents
what
have a
you're gonna
different
say.
idea of what is normal, and everyone wants to say, oh well, your dad's from here, your mother's from there. This is how it should be here, and because they have a stereotype as to what they assume is the reality where your parents are from.
We
Then,
don't,
but it doesn't necessarily hold true. Of
we
course,
just eat meat in a different way.
we just eat meat
Well,
always well done.
to
It doesn't
your
mean
eating
that
meat in a
it's
different
less
way.
less
Salt
refined
and
because we
wrapped
want it
in
well
grape
done.
leaves,
my
Okay.
father had a goat.
Well,
as
Okay,
a
moving
pet.
away from the meat and the goat.
His
and
father
back to
cooked
the
it.
relationship.
His father cooked it.
That's
And
not
he
very
ate
nice.
it.
I would have been rather upset. But I'm still curious as to why being a first generation child of an immigrant is different dating or bringing home your significant other to your parents. Is it tougher? Is it
It's
more
totally tougher.
judging?
There's a lot more judging.
Compared to her.
It's just different because your dad cares about different things. Like, it could get an F on a test, and they have their priorities mixed up. So I mean, this is just in a nutshell. Like, I come home, I have a nap. He's like, okay, whatever, go get me some smoked salmon or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
he wants to eat, he wants his food or whatever. And especially when my dad goes shopping, he comes home with all kinds of weird shit. When
He's
my mom's not
French.
here to do it. He's French.
I bet he
But the thing
wait
is,
to-
if you leave the light on in your room, he's like, who the hell left the light on in your room? Where are your keys?
So different
Where's my
priorities.
smoked salmon?
Got it. Okay. All
Totally
right.
different.
Okay. So, but again, I'm still trying to get to the crux of this, which is, would you actually dump the girl or the guy if your parent? I mean, Brianna's saying yes. If your parent, if your dad,
it would
came
take time, though.
straight out and said, get rid of them.
If my mother said it, absolutely.
Really?
If my father said it, now they're divorced, so it's different. I listen to my father. He's like, "You're not done. You got to get the job. You do this. You get the money. You do great." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, Dad. That's phenomenal." But I'm gonna, I live with my mother, so my mom's like, Johnny, I made some pumpkin bread. This is great. I'm like, that's great, Mom. Like,
But okay, back to the girls.
He wants that
I know
pumpkin
the
bread.
food
I
is
want the
important.
pumpkin bread. I
Yeah,
want the
he's
pumpkin
different.
bread.
Okay, got. Oh,
I want the nice pumpkin bread. And then my mama looks at it and she says, all right.
So you're gonna dump that girl for that pumpkin bread.
You know, I'm gonna take my mama's pumpkin bread over any bad girl. Absolutely.
Got it. All right. Well,
That's respectful.
very interesting conversation, and I'm not sure we answered any real
Probably not.
questions here,
No.
except for
I
Jake's
see
dad
we've
likes
answered
pumpkin
nothing.
bread. Alex's dad likes smoked salmon. But I think
See
we
what it's
are.
like? See how confused you get as a child?
It is
as a
tough,
first
right?
immigrant?
Right?
We're not so
I
lucky.
mean, I like
So-
the menorah, spin the dreidel, and drink Guinness. I mean, I'm an Irish Jew. What am I supposed to do?
You hit all the bases, right? So, I mean, ultimately, I think yes, we do have a lot of influence on our, our parents and our families and our friends. They do. If they don't like your partner over time, it's really tough. I actually know this from personal experience, and they were nice enough not to say "I told you so" after 15 years. But I kind of wish
15
I'd listened a
years?
little bit. I was married to the guy for 15 years. Anyway, the
Moses.
point is, you know what? Those around you do love you. They know you well. They hopefully care for you and your well-being, and they want you, as we talked with Brad before, they want you to be with people who love those great things that you love about yourself, and so you really make a great couple, and you have those years together. So ultimately, I hope you guys find those right people, and your parents help you in that way. That's in a positive, building way. Maybe including some pumpkin bread.
If
And
you need some, just let me know.
and thank you for watching. We want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The show is Keeping Connected After Hours with Trevor Crow. Like our Facebook page. We want to hear your opinions, your ideas, and questions because we'll discuss them in a panel another time. So stay tuned. We have a lot more to come.